Yes, this Laugh Squatch, he's got a jocumentary happening here tonight. Give a big warm Chinese welcome for one of our favorites here, Mitch Jones!
Thank you. Tobias, everybody. Hey. You broke rule 1 of documentary. You're not supposed to address it. Rule 1 of documentary club is you do not talk about documentary club, everybody. I'm feeling good. I just got back in from Kansas. Yeah, America's breadbasket, doing it. In Kansas, they have big wind turbines out there. At least that's what they say they are. I also think it's a government conspiracy because they're not windmills generating power. They're actually propellers because they're trying to lift Kansas off the face of the earth. Get rid of it for the rest of us. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice? Just have a nice big swimming hole where Kansas was.
I got into stand-up comedy because I've always liked to make people laugh, and I've always been kind of a goofball, and doing stand-up has seemed to be a good use of that energy. I've been doing it for about 6 years now. You ever wonder if, kind of like Greg Baumhauer's joke, like if you ever leave your notebook somewhere, someone's gonna find it and think you're a serial killer? Hanging out with other comics before and after the shows is easily the best part. Just hanging out with a bunch of like-minded individuals who are, they all have the creative process going through them at all times. Hanging out with other comics is always fun, never a dull moment. Sometimes we all try to get the last word. We want to have the funniest riff on whatever we're talking about, but that's pretty few and far between. It's very great to kind of get to know your peers and what makes them tick. The Colorado comedy scene is getting exponentially bigger. You have your main hub in Denver, you have Boulder, Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, Pueblos, great local acts wherever you go. The people in Denver have the advantage to use the best club in the entire world. They have Comedy Works downtown. Some folks even got a TV show out of it, and others have appeared on Viceland. So it's working out for Denver comedy right now.
This man has been banned for life from 38 different Chuck E. Cheese franchises. He once referred to meatloaf as a condiment. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Jones!
Alex Bonatti and Harrison Garcia, give it up for him. What's up, everybody? Hell yeah. Jagged Mountain Brewery, you give me 15 to 20 minutes, you can return to drinking anonymously, okay? All right.
Mitch Jones? We're talking about Mitch Jones, yes? And why did you pick him? Sorry, I can't not interview other people. He is a gentle giant. I like to call him a laugh squatch. That's a new thing I just made up today on the way down here. And he's got the biggest paws in the business. I got big mittens, but this kid's he's got big paws. He is kind enough to where when I have been in need, he has come to rescue me from the police and let me sleep on his basement couch sometimes. He's very funny. I've rarely seen him have a bad set. And when that does happen, it's mostly because people don't get the references he uses. So he's a great story comic, tells good stories, doesn't write a whole lot of one-liners. But that's the new kind of MO for comedy these days.
I don't know, you guys. I was really worried. So what I did was I loaded up a big-ass bowl of Colorado Kush. I hit a gigantic bong, and I blew it into my suitcase, and that's all I took for the trip. Travel light is what I'm trying to say, Jagged Mountain.
Marijuana culture is definitely goes hand in hand with comedy. There's very few comedians that actually do not smoke weed, either by choice or because they're on probation or something like that. But there's some shows where they tried to incorporate both comedy and the marijuana culture, and it wasn't just people smoking marijuana, it was people doing dabs, which is hash, oil, wax. I don't know exactly what it is, but you need a lot of power to light it up. And what you'd be in the middle of a joke trying to tell a punchline, someone just light up this big butane torch, just, it was like, oh, thanks. well, I guess that joke's ruined. Thanks, jerk.
We here at Johnny's have been doing comedy for, I think, 3 years now. Literally 1 week. It'll be 3 years that we've had comedy here at Johnny's. And since that time, Mitch has lived down here in the Boulder area, and the Boulder scene has gone from one showcase on Sundays at the Boulder Beer Garden and one open mic, mine, which started within 2 weeks of each other, to now there have been Sunday showcase, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday open mics, Friday, Saturday, Sunday showcases. So the scene here in Boulder has increased. That's what I've tried to make Johnny's, is a quality show style open mic, so that we're not getting the quote open mic feel where you have just comics telling each other the same jokes that they've always told, and it seems like an intervention where no one has the balls to intervene with anyone else. But yeah, Johnny's has been a good scene. We've helped build it up. The order in which you have signed up is not necessarily the order in which you go up. Right. I actually make this into a show.
My writing process is a little different. I like to experience things and then write around them. Some folks say that might not be the right thing to do, but what is the right thing to do, and what's the correct way to write a joke? Someone once told me that comedy is just overanalyzing every single aspect of every interaction that you have. And so I'm kind of like a magnet to awkward. So I experience a lot of weird things, either to me or in my general vicinity. And I like to kind of flesh those out on stage. Sometimes I'll write them out word for word. Sometimes I will just kind of have a few talking points and then figure it out as I go.
Notice that cork shot out not only with a velocity, but it also had a trajectory. And I looked over to this corner of the room to see this gal still plugging in her phone, standing on the couch, to which I said, "Oh no." And that cork flew across the room and hit her right in the ass. Notice I didn't say on the ass, it was a bingo. It split the difference. Yeah.
I'm doing a mix of some new stuff and old stuff tonight.
Well, you know, when you come into a new place, you gotta win their trust.
That's true.
Let them know right up front, I can make you laugh. Then you can throw in the new stuff.
Totally. Make a new stuff sandwich. Old stuff, new stuff, old stuff.
Sam goes to triple decker?
Yeah. My weirdest experience doing stand-up comedy was I got hired to do a private party in Greeley where I went to a person's house and I acted as kind of a host of this tiki party that they were throwing. So I wasn't doing any sort of material. I was just kind of walking around with a wireless microphone, interviewing people. And there was kids there. They wanted to be interviewed. So one kid begged me to give him the microphone. And as soon as I let him speak into it, he just said, "You're stupid." And that was his interview. They say that people in stand-up have mental health issues. I don't think that's the case. I think that, there's definitely a neurosis to doing stand-up comedy. It's very particular at points in time. But I don't think everyone... I don't know, a lot of stand-up comedies, a lot of stand-up comedians, they have that, I guess they just have that general want and need to be loved. I don't know, maybe is that a mental instability? Maybe, I don't know. I don't think overall, I don't think they're psychotic. I just think they're, Kyle Kinane says, "Welcome to another float in the broken people parade."
Don't do anything incriminating.
Mitch Jones, everybody.